what actually shows up here, friends. But in the meantime, let me update my, let me fix my phone on my tripod. Oh, it's actually here. I really didn't think that legitimately show up here. Oh, two people are here. Wow. Oh, four people are here. Party. Y'all, I'm just fixing my camera on this here tripod. But if you're here, go ahead and say hi. I'm just in my bathroom. I have a little makeup on. I will have lipstick, foundation, and brows on. I have a little bit, but it's leftover makeup from earlier today, honey. Oh, okay, here we go. All right, let me fix this. And y'all see I got the ring light going, but I don't have my diffuser. Shit, that popped. What a mess. Phone thing. I'm sorry. I'm new to this. I'm new to this. I'm new to this. Yeah. Okay. Okay. I got my glasses on because I can't see, and I need to be myself. I need to be comfortable, and I'm out of contact. I'm not ordering anymore because I have gotten. I've been wearing dailies in the past year because I've had two corneal ulcers with contacts, and so I'm not trying to be blind, and so glasses are my thing. Half the time when y'all see me in videos here, I am blind. I can't even see what the hell I'm doing. So a lot of videos I do, I end up having to delete and get rid of because I can't see because I'm trying to be cute and have glasses on, and it's too much. Please, I'm gonna beg you to comment and ask questions and talk to me during this live because there's only a handful of us here. And if it drops to zero, I'm getting the hell off because why am I going to keep talking? And I want to feel like I'm talking to people. So the reason I decided to go live is because I have not been active on YouTube um, in a good while. I haven't been active on YouTube in a good while. I've had a lot of things going on behind the scenes um, and not really positive things. And so I just kind of want to talk about the direction of the channel, what's going on with me, and sort of kind of how I want to approach things going forward. And so back in, and I've written about this, I've even stopped really blogging, to be honest. I really haven't been able to blog since like November is when I was still readily blogging a lot. And that's really where a lot of my time has been the last year. My blog, lisaalomo.com, sort of really went, like I started making money at it. Like I started making some real good money at it. And so I was like, I'm not going to sit here and spend a ton of time making videos when it doesn't pay me any money and it doesn't even make sense and I'm trying to provide for my family and all of that. And so my blog was popping. I was making money. I hired like 4 or 5 writers. Well, I had at one point up to 6 writers, and we were just doing it. We were just really doing it and pursuing it and going forward and going hard, and it was doing so well. And then it stopped doing so well. I was making hi Tamika. I was making the majority of the views, and the views is what makes the money, right? And so I was getting most of them from Facebook, and then Facebook around August, September changed their algorithm, and so I couldn't get the views anymore. I wasn't making as much money, and then I really realized that I wasn't really doing work that I was into. Like I was doing a lot of pop culture content, and so it's like that we already have Boss Up, we already have the Shade Room. We really don't need another platform for some of that stuff. And even though I pride myself as far as doing it differently and approaching pop culture creatively and being careful about, I didn't write about everything messy. Like I tried to be really aware of kind of the line, but I was still, I know it's been a while, right, Stephanie? But I was still sort of doing it. And then, I realized a person who has, not just from my education, my background in journalism, my MFA in writing, not even from that standpoint, but more so from the place of like a creative, right? And it wasn't creative content. It wasn't anything that I was 100% proud of. Some of it was, but a lot of it, some of it wasn't. So with that being said, and the algorithm changing, I was like, what am I doing? So then I got pregnant. I got pregnant in, was it October I was pregnant? I don't know. Yeah, I think I was pregnant in October, but then I had a miscarriage in December. So I didn't, obviously, I'm not pregnant anymore. And then that was like, I was done. I was like, okay. And I was just stressed out the whole time I was pregnant. And that's the honest truth. I was stressed out the whole time I was pregnant because I'm thinking, the blog isn't making money like it was. How are we gonna do this? How are we gonna get all of our stuff together? And then, so I lost the baby, and I felt really guilty about it because the whole time I was pregnant, got like the honest, I couldn't get on board. Like when I was pregnant with my son, when I was pregnant with JB, I was like peaceful. I slept well. I ate well. I didn't gain a ton of weight. I just was generally happy. I didn't feel any stress. Fast forward 4.5 years later, and I felt nothing but dread and stress. And as much as I had always wanted more kids, I always, if I had to do it over again, I would have had a kid right after JB, like back to back to back, and been done. But what are you gonna do? You can't go back. And so I was just racked with guilt about not having all of the answers, not having my stuff together, presenting this image of having my shit together on social media, but not really having it together. Like I really, really didn't, and I don't. Like I still don't. And so I then decided, I said to myself around January that I would start looking for a job. Like this is after 2 years of being a full-time entrepreneur. I really was like, I need I need some stability because this is gonna kill me from a stress standpoint. Even when I was going hard and the blog was doing well, it was still nonstop work. I couldn't stop. Like there was no every day I had Google Analytics um, oh, well, thank you so much. I'm sorry about your loss too. This story again, this whole story is on lisaalamo.com. So that is the place where I will always spend the most time because I'm a writer by trade. Like this is what I've always been a writer my whole life. I have my master's in writing, so writing is more kind of my thing. But I'm getting to the point of all of this. So make sure you're following lisaalamo.com. Subscribe to the emails because I'm going to start sending them out again soon so people can get up to date on the blog. Anyway, so I had spent, so I just basically stopped. Like, no other income, no nothing, was like, I can't do this anymore. It's creatively, I feel stifled. I feel kind of, I'm in this weird space, right? I had reached out to, in fact, it was two managers. I had reached out, both whom I was under the impression were ready to sign me. One was a friend of a friend of a friend, and he's basically ripping me apart, making me feel really bad about what I've done so far. And again, not really understanding the space that I come from. And that is that I want to do speaking engagements and I really want my blog to grow and I'm looking for a lot more PR and press opportunities so that people know I'm here. Because the internet is huge and I'm grateful for the people that have managed to find me and support me and still kind of stay tuned in with me on Instagram where I'm very, very active. Hi. On Instagram where I'm very, very active. But the way you get, bigger is people knowing you're here and knowing you exist and kind of being seen in media and publications and so forth. Needless to say, I get on the phone with him and he's basically like, you ain't shit, you ain't popping, you gotta do more. And like people kept wanting to put me in this box of beauty influencer, and that's really not the space that I come from. Yes, I love makeup, honey. Love makeup. I like doing my hair. I like it with my fashions, honey. Yes, I like those things, but do those things tell my story? Is that what I want to be known for? Do I want to just be constantly holding up products and smiling and making you buy lipsticks all the time? Like, yes, that pays me some money, but that's not my ultimate goal. My ultimate goal is to use the kind of platform that I've built to connect with people on some real shit. Because life is not easy, and I feel as though because there is so much, um, like untruths being dispersed on social media, that people have things really kind of twisted. I think we present images, not, and I just say we as a society presents images of what life is. People feel like shit about not being those things. And so I want to be the person who's going to come in and speak the truth about what life really is, so that we can all feel like we're not alone when we're going through stuff. Because I think that is what makes people give up on life, on getting through, is by feeling as though the problems that they have, the struggles that they have, the feelings that they have are theirs alone. And so my thing is about authenticity. My brand is about authenticity. My brand is about speaking the truth. My brand is about being a 30-something mother who doesn't have the freaking answers, who is struggling in life, who is nowhere near where I wanted to be. My hand gestures are creating what? What's the problem? I'll wait. What I do? Somebody tell me what my hand gestures are doing. 'Cause I'm just being me. I talk with my. Let's wait to see what the problem is with my hand gestures. Yeah, I'm trying to get through my what I had to say. I can't talk because my hands is the problem. Tell me what I do. Problem with my hands. Message retracted. Okay, let me continue on. Um, and so people, the internet, social media, whatever. I don't even think it has to be in the internet, because I feel like there are beliefs people have, commonly held misconceptions about just life, that we all have. You couldn't have told me. Um, okay, somebody's saying that. Okay, I'm putting up. Does that improve the sound for everybody? The volume was down low. Does that improve the sound? Somebody tell me. Because I know there's a delay. It does not improve the sound. Oh, so the sound is really good. What if I move up like this? I have a microphone, but I don't know if the microphone volume is still low. Hang on. I don't know if this works. No, it's not going to work actually. And you know what? I didn't charge. I would have had my Bluetooth headphones, but I didn't charge them. Does it work if I sit closer to the? Does this improve things at all? I can talk louder. Does that help if I talk louder? Better. Okay, so you're gonna be all up in my face. You're gonna see my pimple. I have a pimple here. I have a pimple here. I have a pimple here. Is this better? Okay, I'm gonna be all up in the camera now. Gosh, this is so close. Is this better? Yes. And next time I have my Bluetooth headphones here. Oh, I'm glad y'all don't care, right? I'm self-conscious about these things. Okay, good. So next time I'll have my Bluetooth help. Thank you for telling me that. And next time I'll have my Bluetooth headphones on so that we can hear me better and it won't be a problem. But I appreciate you letting me know about the volume. Because I wouldn't have known. I would have just walked in like y'all could hear me. So needless to say, so this manager was like, I'm going to go back to the manager. The manager was basically like, you need to do all these extra things to grow your numbers so that you can start getting more paid collaborations. And I think that there was just, he really hurt my feelings. That's the God's on. At the time, my feelings were deaf. But I think what it taught me, the lesson I got from that was like, I am not branding myself appropriately. Like, what people are seeing from me is really not what I want to do and what I want people to know about me. And I think if you pay attention, if you watch my Instagram stories, if you follow me there, I think if you pay close attention, then you'll get it. But it's still not enough. Like when you're building a brand, you gotta like overdo it. And I have been kind of hiding behind beauty and fashion and hair and all that instead of really honing in on the things that make my brand what it is. And for me, it's about being authentic, being my authentic self, and also being like, listen, I'm a 30 something year old mother, wife, entrepreneur, writer, all of these things, who's trying to figure it the fuck out. Like, that's really what it is. Like, there, you couldn't have told me that at my age that I wouldn't be a home. And I'm not saying this because I now want you guys to come in and uplift me, because I'm fine. I am uplifted. But I just want to say it so other people can understand it, so that they don't feel like, or you don't feel like alone and feeling like shit's not all the way together and where you want it to be. We gonna get there. We're gonna get there. Where we are today is and where we're gonna end up. But I want everyone to know and to feel kind of like it's okay to not have all the answers. It's okay to be blooming where you are planted. It's okay to be 30 something and not a homeowner and not have any goddamn money and be figuring it the hell out. When I was in my 20s, child, I had it all the way together. I had money in the bank, honey. I could go on vacations whenever I wanted, honey. Like, it was a whole different thing. And now I'm like slowly but surely trying to rebuild. I just had a job interview on Tuesday. I'm really hoping that that works out. I'm trying to really kind of put my family first in terms of kind of rebuilding and making sure my son has all of his needs met and his college money and stuff. Like, all of these things are incredibly important and more important to me than even any of the stuff that I'm doing here on social media. So, but in the meantime, I want to slowly build my tribe, like slowly use this platform to really speak to people who and I don't want, and I also, this is the other thing is, I don't want to put myself in the position of like motivational speaker, because the shit is like 5 out of 7 days a week, I'm not here for anything. Like, that's the God honest truth. I'm struggling myself. So this is honestly a way that it's sort of cathartic for me, because it's a release. Like, it's like, okay, I'm getting this stuff out, but at the same time, I'm helping other people to speak their truth too and own who they are. I love makeup, I love hair, I love fashion, I love all of those things, and I do love them, but they are not, for me, what I want you guys to feel about me and know about me 100%. I have, and I've talked about this before, my mother-in-law owns a bed and breakfast out here on Cape Cod. Make sure, if you're going to book, make sure you tell her I sent you so you can get yourself a good discount now. And I keep toying with the idea of wanting to host a retreat there. It's a lot of work to get something like that off the ground, but it's a black-owned business. But I'm like, I am not going to do this retreat until I feel like I can really sell it out. Until I feel like I have people who are paying enough attention to me, and not in the attention, but the people that are really kind of here for me and understand my brand. And then is when I'll be like, okay, let me host this retreat, because I don't want to put all this energy and work into something that's gonna fail. And so I really want it to be a space where we as women, particularly, I don't know, I imagine most of you are black women, can come and sit and talk and do fun things and connect and heal, all of that stuff. Because I feel as though we often talk about self-care, but it's always about, I'm self-care, I'm cutting somebody off, or I'm getting my nails done, and I'm doing, and all that shit is not, for me, self-care. Like, to me, self-care is really doing some work and really improving your circumstances. Um, and so I continue to create the way that, so for me, it's going to be about changing my approach here on YouTube. So one of the things I'm going to change is I will never, I'm going to say never. I'm going to actually use the word never, and I know you never say never, but I'm never doing a tutorial again ever. Like, it's just not happening. It's not my lane. It's never been my lane. I would do these things that'd be so uncomfortable. It would be so much work, because first and foremost, again, I live in a very small apartment. I do not have like a pretty vanity where I can set up and all that. So I would be lugging everything to do it, and I'd be so nervous, right? Nervous. I forgot this. I got to go back downstairs. I dropped this. It's crazy. And then it's also not something that I'm great at. Like, I was never great at tutorials. Nobody ever wanted to watch them. That's for damn sure. And so I think my real draw from what I feel is true is really sitting down and talking about real life shit, like stuff that as it happens, what's real, how we feel about it, and sort of breaking it down. And so what I intend to do is use, and I still love my fashions, honey, and I still love my makeup, child. So I get tons of makeup in the mail from brands and products and different things, and so I feel like what I want to do is take us back to old school YouTube, where you just sit and talk about the makeup. You just sit and talk about the product. Yeah, you show it as much as you can, but you just sit and you talk and you connect and you feel each other's vibe and you get to know each other. I have not sat down and really talked like this in any real way for a long time here on YouTube, and it was kind of how I started. When I first started doing YouTube videos, I would talk and engage and connect. And then it just went straight to hell because I'm trying to keep up with the Joneses. I'm trying to have the fancy lighting. I'm trying to have the best camera. I'm trying to do this, and for what? For what? Yeah, and that's what I'm saying. Like, I want to build a tribe of sisters. Like, that is what I really endeavor to really want to do that, because it's like there are people, and I would sit there, y'all. Let me tell you, I had one time, and I wrote this in a caption a couple of days ago on Instagram. There was a local blogger. So I say Boston because I was technically born in Boston. I lived in Boston the first like 6 years of my life. Then we moved to the suburbs, and I was raised in the burbs. And actually, when I was 18, I left and never came back, essentially. But I'm here. I use the Boston blogger hashtag because it's the closest city to where I live and whatever. So I met this local Boston blogger. We follow each other on Instagram and whatever. And I met her and I liked her. I was like, oh, she's sweet. But like the next day, she leaves a comment on one of my videos telling me, she's like, I have advice for you. You need to level up your images. Really think like an artist and a photographer. Now, y'all, I have a Master of Fine Arts degree. Okay, I'm an artist, and I'm sensitive about my shit. Where am I supposed? I think I'm supposed to look down here, right? Is that where I look so y'all can see me? Yeah, I'm sensitive. Hey, I'm sensitive about my shit. So when she said, I was like, so anyway. But then she DMs me and she explains that she works with a lot of PR brands. She works with a lot of PR, press rep, people who work. She works with brands all the time. And she does. She goes on trips, honey. She's living a life, child. So she explains that she works with a lot of brands and they really like to see a lifestyle feed. And I have flashbacks, okay? I have flashbacks to the time when I proceeded to drive 45 minutes each way to this farmer's market. I meet up with my photographer and we go to this farmer's market, and I'm pretending to buy fruit and hold flowers and do all this extra shit just so I can put this on Instagram. It's not even what my life is. It's not at all what my life is. I can't cook. I don't want to be at anybody's farmer's market. If I have free damn time, I want to be swatching makeup or writing or watching something on Netflix. Being at a farmer's market is completely out of my anything I would possibly do. And so when she talks about brands wanting a more lifestyle feed, I'm like, so what you want me to do is to pretend to have a life that's not real, and therefore my followers won't really be my fucking people because they're gonna follow me on some fake shit. And I'm cursing, I'm sorry, but this is the real me. Okay. So my people who are following me will be following me on some fake shit, and so they're not really my people. And so what is the point? Because at the end of the day, if Instagram goes away, I want folks who will be looking for me, who be like emailing me anyway, because Instagram is like all this stuff can go away, but no, what can't go away is a connection with somebody, is a true, loyal, real connection. And this may mean I don't have a million followers. This may mean that these brands are going to look over me and shit on me, because they do, child. They do. These brands, they dog you. Child, can I tell you how I proceeded to, I'm sorry, we're going to go all over the place. But I proceeded to go, okay, speaking of also doing too much to try to get ahead, another example of something I did. So I went to you go to these beauty conferences or whatever, right? So I went to one called Generation Beauty in New York. There I met a Lancome representative. The Lancome representative emails me in like October. talking about they have an event, they'd like me to go. And I'm like, at this point, I'm still doing well on the blog, so I have a few coins. And this is in New York. They're not paying to send me. They're not flying me out there or take. So I make arrangements, childcare arrangements, take time away from my family and my son, and I go out to New York. Granted, it's only a 4-hour train ride, but it's 8 hours of travel just to go to this event. This event was terrible. It was terrible. It was in the middle of, I think, Lord and Taylor or some store in Midtown Manhattan. So it wasn't a private event in any way. We were surrounded by customers and other people. I'm like, if I'm a creator and you want me to get a good impression of your brand and want to talk about you and share information about you and really get you some coverage or some press, why do you have me at some janky event? So not only is the event janky as hell, I don't even think they gave us water, child. And I'm traveling 8 hours. Like, this is the type of disrespect you get when you don't have a million followers. Like, you get treated not well. And sometimes there are some brands who don't treat you this way. There are. The Lancome did. And so no, so we go and we're supposed to be getting this new perfume, and that's its launch of this perfume. So, child, I didn't get the perfume. I just got the perfume last week. I just got the perfume last week in the mail in a plain box, not even a note like, we're sorry this is coming to you 7 months late. Thank you for coming to our event in Midtown where we didn't even give you some water. We didn't treat you with any dignity. Like, if somebody's coming to my house, I don't care how many followers you have. You're coming to my joint. I'm going to treat you well. If anyone in Boston has come to any of the events I've done here locally, you know, you walking out the door, I feed you because I'm Haitian. You got to be fed. So there's tons of food, and there's always a really good goodie bag. Even if I have to go out of pocket myself to buy it, because when you host these small local events, you don't make no money, child. So anyway, I just got the perfume, and the perfume is supposed to be initials. Tell me why they jacked up my initials on the perfume. So 6 months, so this is the type of stuff that I'm not here for. So I'm not going to kill myself creating these lifestyle feeds so brands can like it when 90% of these brands treat us like garbage. Like, not even like you ain't worth nothing. And I feel like that impression, I will not ever forget it. Like, to me, and not only that, like, they never, and I feel like they also do some shady stuff. Like, they don't ever really, like, Maybelline hosted an event here in Boston, invited like 10 of us. I'm not even on the Maybelline like PR list, so I've never been they had us, they made us feel special, they fed us, but they never really built off of that. And I feel like it's because we're not big, big timers, all of that stuff. So to me, it's like, I'm no longer going to use my platform as a space to, and everyone wants to connect with brands because you make money from them. Like, I don't begrudge anybody that stuff, but I feel like, especially in the beauty space and the fashion space, which is really the only brands that would sort of jive with me and my platform, they ain't here for it unless you know somebody. And I don't know people. I mean, I tried the best I can to network, go to New York, and even during that trip, I also went and saw another brand, and they had been courting me. They called me on the phone, sent me 3 products, and were like, listen, we're thinking of having brand ambassadors. But I was like, well, I'm not going to create content for you without being paid for it. But I'm still trying to work with them. Anyway, I won't go into all these details, but needless to say, that was another brand that didn't treat me so well. So it's kind of like, why are we killing ourselves? Because there are 1,000,001 content creators all doing the same thing. And there has to be a space, a lane, or shit, I'm going to create a lane for people who are doing things differently, for people who are maybe not going to do these perfectly curated feeds and flat lays. Like, it's almost like there's a rule book. And when I was trying to do it, I still wasn't growing. So at the end of the day, here I am a year later, and I'm still sort of feeling like I have to start over. So that's kind of the space I'm coming from. Like, that's what I want to do with this platform. I want to do more of these lives and talk to you guys. I want to do more videos where I'm talking about the products that I like and kind of what's going on in my life and what's new. And we can kind of go there. And I feel like that's the old YouTube. That's the real me. I'm not I'm not, if you want a banging tutorial for hooded eyelids, Alyssa Ashley is where you want to go. If you want all the beautiful things, Jackie Ina is where you want to go. I'm not that. I can just do what I can do. I also can't go out and buy the latest makeup and review it right away because I may have to buy my son some shoes, you know? So I can't, I really can't, like, although maybe I could, but anytime I was doing stuff that was outside of who I am organically and naturally, it's just not working out. So it's like, I might as well just do me and be me and use this platform to connect with people more. And if that means, only 20 people watch my videos, if these are my 20 people, these are my ride or die, these are the people, if I come to your city and I say, hey, I'm coming, y'all, we can kick it. Because really, what you see, the way I talk to you, this is like, and I'm in my robe, child, because this is how I live, honey. That's the other thing. I don't do videos half the time because it's like you got to put on all this makeup. Um, you gotta put on all this makeup and do all this extra shit, and for what? The only way you can talk about makeup is by having like y'all already seen that and know that I can apply makeup. Can I talk about a product without putting makeup on my face? Because I don't care. I'll go on YouTube with no makeup on, but it feels like you can't do that. Like that's the thing you can't do. And I just feel like I want to just be myself and have that be what draws people in and not be about me looking perfect in every picture and my makeup not like I had a video I did, what was it, in August? It was reviewing like some Wet n Wild products, and this girl comments, I should have left the comment up, I think I deleted it, but she comments and she's like, don't you see your highlight is too light and it just looks, and I'm like, this is what y'all got me fucked up. This is the wrong channel for that. I am not perfect with makeup application. Like that's not my ministry. What I can do is tell you, like, swatch it on my face. You can see the highlight. You can see what it looks like, and I can talk to you about it. But sometimes my makeup is not going to be perfect. But you're going to be here because you trust my opinion and my review of the quality. But the application element of it, you're going to go to somebody who's really great at applying their makeup, perfectly for other people or on themselves or what have you. And I feel like that's another problem. Like I've created this thing where it looks like I'm like just juxtaposed to beauty creators, and the impression people or the expectation is that I'm that girl, that I'm the girl who's gonna come here and show you how to apply your makeup perfectly and beautifully. And mine's always, well, that's just not my reality. It's just not the case. And so again, it's another lesson for me to sort of scale back on creating stuff that doesn't really represent kind of who I am. So we taking it back to old school YouTube, child. That's what I'm trying to say. We taking it back to old school YouTube where we sit, we kick it, we talk, we discuss things, we discuss life. Yes, honey, I will show you makeup that they send me because I have so much makeup and I'm like, I can't, what am I doing with it? I can't test all of it. I can't give it away, unfortunately. I can't sell it, obviously. I can't give it away, unfortunately, because shipping's expensive and after y'all heard about this Jackie Ina giveaway drama, honey. Whoever that person who did that really messed it up for everybody because now I'm like, I don't even think I want to do giveaways anymore. This is the kind of abuse you get when you don't mail stuff out right away. So, yeah, and I don't know. How do y'all think? Like, I don't know. I'm hoping that by switching to a more organic and raw feel and just sitting down and talking to y'all and connecting with y'all in that way will allow me to really kind of connect with you guys more and really be and really just kind of operate from a space of authenticity, because trying to do everything else has failed me and it's really stunted my growth, and it's made me not want to sit and do videos because it's like I gotta have the perfect back. Everything's gotta be blown out in the back. You gotta see the lights. You gotta see all the beautiful makeup behind me. You guys know what I'm talking about. I don't have that setup, B. And I feel like you feel inadequate because you feel like that's the only way to be on YouTube is to have it that way. Well, hell, I'm about to show y'all I'm gonna have it a different way, and I hope it works. Woo, that light, honey. Don't worry, I won't be. What I'm using my phone right now, and this is why there's light, and it's nighttime, and I'm like right up against the ring light, so that's why it looks crazy. But yeah, um, well, thank you, Jay. Yeah, yeah. And I don't know. I don't know if people. And it's funny because people did that. That's what YouTube was in 2012. You know, that's you could be in your bathroom and do a video and it not be a problem, and the lighting not be perfect. But for whatever reason, um, we've kind of gotten to a space where YouTube has gone Hollywood, and I want to bring it back to not. And I think there's a space for it. They do all this extra stuff. No, 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 no. It's not, Jen. You're right. It's not. Um, but yeah. But I encourage you guys to follow me on LisaAlamo.com. Follow me on Instagram. Give me some numbers, child, so these people can pay me a little bit of money when I post a picture. It's hard out here. But yes, I did have a job interview. They actually found me on Instagram, which is kind of crazy. I'm still tripping over it. I really hope it works out. I ain't heard back yet. But all we can do is hope and pray and all of that stuff. But it'll work out. It'll work out. But yeah, life isn't easy. Okay? Don't have the fools, honey. Don't have these people fooling your child, telling you it's all great and fabulous and glamorous when it isn't. It isn't. And it isn't for anybody. I mean, I don't care what anybody says. Yes, I hope so. I really do hope so. Because it's about to be on, honey. It's about to be. Give me some ideas. Tell me what you want me to talk about. Tell me what you want. Girl, y'all. Girl. I'm going to just call you girl. Girl. Um, so I actually, thank you, Wandra Evans. Um, yeah, oh my God. So I was going to get into it, but I don't know. Y'all, it's kind of late. We're already 38 minutes into the video. So I'll stop here. I'm going to hopefully get to film some new content. I got thank you, boo. You are so supportive, my love. Thank you. Thank you, Tanisha. Thank you, everybody. I got those Fenty glitter joints and I actually did film a review of it like last weekend and looked back at it and hated it. I had all this makeup on and it was really cute for pictures. It was bad for video. And I couldn't see shit because I didn't have my glasses on. But honey, we about to be doing these videos in my glasses. Yes, we will. You want to see me without the glasses? Go to Instagram. But you're going to see me in the glasses and in my bathrobe. And thank you. I really do hope this job works out. And thank you for telling me about the sound. I know I got a little bit funky. I was like, what's wrong with my hands? Because listen, people come for you. They do. So I'm a little bit, I have like PTSD. I have PTSD, honey, on the internet. So I'm quick, okay? I'm ready for the clap back, honey. But yes, we're going to be in our role. We're going to call ourselves the Bathrobe Brigade. We're going to sit here. We're going to have our robe. We're going to have to be dressed for my videos. I'm going to have my glasses on. I'll put a little bit of makeup on. Okay? Put a little something, got a little highlight going. But yeah, it's going to just be me kicking it, talking. JB might very well interrupt us because he's always underfoot. But he's my baby, and he'll be around. And that's going to be what we do. But I do have like all these pressing things that I've been wanting to talk about and share. And we're just going to do it. So that way when I see you, because I feel like, I've met people, oddly enough, like on the street, at my Target. It's crazy. I've met people who've followed me on social media, which is interesting. But yeah, I don't want there to be a surprise. I want to feel like you know me and we're good and it is what it is. And yeah, we're going to bring it back to old school because I can't. I can't be doing tutorials. Mm-mm. Mm-mm. Maybe I'll do some a little bit. Yes, hashtag Bathrobe Brigade. We're going to have our bathrobe, we'll have our tea, we'll sip, we'll talk, and that'll be it. And we'll review makeup too. We will absolutely, because I want to talk about products that I'm liking. Like, we're going to do that. So, in the midst of me sitting and talking or whatever, I wish I just do it live. I wish I didn't have to record it and up, but nobody's going to sit and watch my 40-minute videos, honey. That is not. So, I'm going to have to edit. But it's so much more fun when I'm live and you guys are talking back, and that way it is what it is. Anyway, I'm gonna sign off because it has been 40 minutes, and I think I'm gonna. Oh, I'm excited too. I'm excited too. My sisters, I have four. I have a brother and two sisters, and my sisters are 7 and 9.5 years older than me. So I didn't grow up with like a sister like close in age and like And so I was running around these streets wanting my friends to be my sisters, and that created a whole lot of conflict in my youth, honey, a lot. A lot. And that's actually the topic that I want to talk about. So I'm going to do a blog. I'm going to write about it first. That's what I'm going to do. I'm going to write about it tomorrow on my blog post, get kind of my thoughts together about friendships and friendship breakups. I just went through one. But it's so good. Like, whatever. Breaking up isn't good, but it's like the awareness I have and the way I dealt, like the way I processed it, all of that was just so good. And I feel like if you've gone through a friendship breakup, you're gonna want to read this blog post because it's good. And I've had friendship breakup blog posts before. I have like two of them, but this one's gonna be like apparently I'm an old pro. Folks just cancel your girl every couple of years. Never. But it's a really good topic, so definitely tune in. I'm going to write it tomorrow. I don't think I'll publish it tomorrow. I'll probably publish it on Saturday because I want to give myself a day. But yes, we're going to do makeup reviews. We're going to talk about life. We're going to talk about what's going on. If y'all have questions, concerns, comments, topics you want me to discuss, shit you going on in your own life and you want me to kind of give you an opinion on it, that would be fun. We can do that. We can do that. That's what we can do. Anyway, feel free to email me, message me, whatever. Follow me everywhere. And yeah, I'll see y'all soon. What is this button about? Oh, you can do filters? Oh, no. Okay. Okay. Anyway, bye, guys. It was good talking to you. I'm going to go live on Instagram now. I do this when I go live. I go live everywhere. Anyway, good night. Thanks so much for tuning in. Bye.